Welcome to Pullman, Washington. Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars, and the anticipation is running high on the Palouse. Today, a pair of Pac-12 teams getting set to square off in a game that could have season-long implications. As we'll see, the winners of 6 straight, the UTEP Miners, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Miners' offense will come out first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So
there he goes. Smashes through the tackle. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Dyer. Got the back over the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Miners are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've moved it inside the 10, now 2nd and goal from the 9. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
it's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big bot.
Touchdown, Miners! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cougars offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target, and they're just not on the same page.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Handoff from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. There he goes to the right. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington State. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners, takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. On the option. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that body out.
Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
There he goes. At the 20. Touchdown, UTEP. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Washington State, 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They send the tight end in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose. And that
got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UTEP. Great job by the back on the option. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
21, Washington State, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught near the sticks. It's Thorne. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Richardson. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Unloads to the right. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D. Washington State sends out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking to pass. It's Dyer. Fires to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you could...
Turning it on! Nice move there. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Here's a heat. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jackson. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter.
And that's good enough.
We've come to the break, and it's UTEP holding the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the 1st, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Rides to back and leaves it. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
They'll ride the hot hand. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Miners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
And the Miners will have it 1st and 10. Breaks into the open, headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Miners! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. You know, I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay, I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Leaves it with the running back. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Got his man out of the backfield. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Addison. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football. I mean, that's a ball that needed to get there so much sooner. You got to put a little bit more mustard on that throw, and just lobbing the ball down the field like that, I don't know. You're asking for an interception.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. A little release to the back. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Now, on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Miners had this offense rolling. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run the option. Rides the back on the option to give. Oh, he's got some space. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Out of the gun, the inside give.
And the quarterback knew that that counter run play was going to be successful. He did a nice job counting the box before the snap. He knew he had good numbers. He knew he had good angles and blocking. So that is a green-lit play from the get-go. Hand it off, go make yards.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Quarterback making adjustments. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do.
Touchdown, UTEP! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, give on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas on the Palouse at Martin Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Miners will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Washington State will have to boot it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Makes a move. He almost broke that one. and they finally get him stopped, but let's see if he had a little help. There's a penalty marker down. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quick release on the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Miners will call on their punt team. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And he loses the football. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position. And the Miners can really attack on this second and short. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Here's the handoff. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here we go. Back to pass on second down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll keep it himself. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Here comes the offense on first down. Gives it on the option. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We've talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Cougars look to keep this drive humming. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Cougars pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Cougars. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the big fella in the end zone. He's going to find a hole. He's going to find an opening. That guy's, you got to trust him, and I'm going to throw it up and let him make a play like he did right there.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Now the toss. There he goes. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Got the first down and still on his feet. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46. 1st and 10. On the move. Finding open areas. He's loose. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
At the 20, he's got space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Miners have it with a 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. A 3rd down try for the offense. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. That's the end of the quarter, and UTEP has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back to throw. It's Chester. Takes a hit as he fires. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
On 4th down, going to the air. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Great place to start for this offense. On the option. Works his way ahead for... yards, stopped at the 23.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Leaves it with the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. The give on the option. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Gonna run it. It's Paul. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. On the option, he'll toss it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense starts deep in a hole. Looking downfield, it's Chester. Quickly complete. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. Washington State has it all working right now. Gives it on the option.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result,
he'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
and here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It'll be 3rd and long. Complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man, and it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than...
They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop. Back to pass, it's Chester. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Campos. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. And just a spectacular punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line and really put this offense in a hole. Here comes the option. The pitch. Turning it on. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll run it from the gun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense lines up at its own 14-yard line. 1st down. Power football with the run. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, oh, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.